Judy who? Judy was our foster child social worker in the summer of 2007. It was obvious to me that the RCMP and government were gang stalking or persecuting me and had me and everyone in my life under surveillance because they were trying to make it look like I am a child killing psychopath and needed to be watched. I know they were recording everything that was going on in my house, in my household, and I knew they were screwing me over because of the things I know. They used the fact that I had fostered a foster child in my home to spy on me and my wife. And no, I'm not saying the boy spied on me for the law. It was an added bonus that the government had its foot in the door due to the fact we had a child under the government's care living with my wife and I. I knew that if the RCMP had my home under surveillance while there was a foster child in my living with us, they would most definitely have to bring Ministry for Children in on it and explain what they were watching me for. This I knew, and I'm sure if you're smart enough, people, you'll figure it out. That's what they'd have to do too. So long before I saw a doctor, before I was showing any signs of mental illness, I thought to myself, if it were true the cops were watching me, they would tell the foster child social worker. So I thought I would go and ask the child social worker, Judy Nelson, if it were true. So while a foster child was away in summer camp for 3 weeks, and the cops really harassed me, and so I walked into the Ministry for Children's office and asked if I could speak to Judy Nelson, please. And she came out from her office and agreed to talk to me. So I went into her office and I sat down with her and asked her a very simple question in a very calm, cool, and collective way. There was no raising my voice. There was no yelling or screaming. There was no making threats. Okay, I was calm, cool, and collective. I asked a simple question. So anyway, back to Judy's office. There I am, sitting there calm, cool, and collected. I asked a very simple question. I said, "Tell me, Judy, have the RCMP come into your office explaining they have me in my home under surveillance?" That's a simple question. Okay, I just asked her. Did the cops come in here? Are they investigating me about anything or something? Well, now, folks, let me tell you. As soon as she heard my words come out of my mouth, she started to cry as she spun around in her chair and would no longer look at me and said, "No, no, no, I will not answer your question in your frame of mind." She got up and ran out of the office and hid in the back somewhere, leaving me wonder what the fuck. It was obvious that that was a big yes. Again, this was long before I saw any doctor, folks. So, so so what did she mean in my frame of mind? I will tell you. It is obvious she was part of the gang stalking conspiracy. It was obvious she had been brought in on this one and it was obvious she had talked to the doctor long before I ever saw that little shit, Doctor Michael Heights. It was all planned and rehearsed. Heights, you little fuckhead. I wonder how many lives you have destroyed, or how many lives you have helped destroy. I say all I speak of should be investigated, and especially you, Dr. Heights. The whole lot of you should go to jail for your crimes against me. Judy Nelson, you need to know that because of what you did to me, there are now people out there who will never know what happened to their missing children. And it is because of what you and many others have done to me. And I'm going to make sure everyone in your neighborhood knows what you did to me and my loved ones, what you did to me and my loved ones. You cold-hearted bitch. So please subscribe to my channel. This video was about Judy. Next video is about that little freak Bruce Edwards and his office. So stay tuned, folks. Bye for now.